CLAAS introduced its first self-propelled forage harvester in 1973, and over the past 47 years, the company has manufactured over 40,000 self-propelled forage harvesters. Today's largest machines in the Jaguar line can produce up to 380 tons of silage per hour. In this video, I'm going to visit with a representative from CLAAS to talk about the company's new 925 horsepower Jaguar 990. This machine is available with Terra-Tracs. The Terra-Trac system has been proven for over 20 years on the CLAAS Lexion combine. It can be used on the CLAAS 990 Jaguar in harvesting corn silage, haylage, and many other crops. The flotation and traction across the field is unmatched in what the Terra-Trac system can accomplish with this big self-propelled forage harvester. In addition to reviewing the Terra-Trac system, the CLAAS representative will take us on a tour of the machine. We'll climb into the engine service area compartment. We'll discuss the self-inflating and deflating tires for optimum usage of the forage harvester. We'll take a look at a built-in inoculant tank. We'll climb up in the cab and take a look at its new layout and controls. And we'll also discuss the new Orbis corn head from CLAAS. Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. I'm at the 2020 National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm here with Mark Scuffham from CLAAS, and we're going to talk about the new 990 self-propelled forage harvester. It has a lot of new features, and the big feature we're going to look at here with Mark is the CLAAS Terra-Trac system has come to the forage harvesters, which has to be really handy after the last few wet falls we've had.
Yeah, we've had a lot of positive feedback about the tracks. A lot of guys are very excited about the track system being on there because of the flotation, muddy conditions, ride comfort, and the fact that they can go down the road, and it's the same width as the chopper. So a lot of great features as far as getting out in the field and being out there in those wet conditions, and also about compaction, because you're minimizing the compaction.
Especially in chopping, a lot of back and forth and heavy trucks, so that definitely helps out.
Yep.
So is this the same exact track system that's on the Lexion combine then, or?
It's a very similar track system to what's on the Lexion combine. So it was redesigned a little bit to work with the Jag. One of the features is when you're chopping alfalfa, the cylinder inside here will push down, pushing those wheels down and raise the front wheel up. So when you're turning, you're not tearing up the ground. So it helps minimize the damage to the field when you're turning around. That's one of the key advantages and redesigns they did with these tracks to accommodate the hay and forage market.
I can imagine that'd be the first question, is berming on the headlands, from what I've seen on the combines, even when it's muddy, they're not sinking in, they're just floating across the surface with that footprint.
So that makes a lot of people are just very excited about this overall product.
So this is a 990, which is new for 2020. Is a 990 the only machine available with tracks, or can you order other Jaguars?
Besides the 990 TT, we also offer the 960 TT, which has a Mercedes engine in it, which is 625 horsepower. So depending on what you want to do and what horsepower you need for your operation, we have the big machine, and then we have the 960 as well.
So the 990 has an MAN engine in it?
Yes.
What's the horsepower rating on this one?
The main engine is 925 horsepower. It's a V12, and very good displacement, very good pull down. And a lot of guys just like the way they can lug the engine down and go through the field, especially doing heavy corn, to maximize the efficiency out there in the field and get as many tons out of the field as possible.
So one of the things about the tracks, Mark, is that you have a longer frame on the 990 and the 960 when they get the track option than the wheeled versions?
Correct. So because of the tracks, we lengthened it out through here. So from the back end of the tracks is exactly the same. The width was added in here to accommodate the tracks. We add about 3 feet on. It also comes standard with one extension on it as a result as well. And now this machine has a lot of features on it, like the autofill camera up there, so that it's loads the trailer all by itself. It auto fills the trailer. You can program it for different trailers, how full you want to fill it, so that's an added benefit. You can also get yield and moisture on this as well. One of the advantages of this is it measures out the tonnage, so you know you can program to give you alarm so it knows how much tonnage is in the trailer for going down the road.
Well, that's great. That's a really handy feature. And so I guess you can decide if you want to front fill, back fill, or how you want to fill that trailer, and it'll do it for you.
So it's program a standard, which will fill like the front part way, then the back. It'll just fill the front, then move to the back, or fill the back, then move to the front, and then how you program it. So it takes a lot of stress off the driver because it is auto-filling the trailer, and most of the guys will just finish it off and top a little off the end and send the guy on, and the next guy comes right underneath. We also have autopilot systems on this for whiskers for the head, so that it will steer itself and follow the row, so the driver can pay attention to what's around them. And a lot of guys really like that aspect just because of it's taking a lot of the stress off them of driving, so they can watch the trucks and watch what's in front of them.
I have to say, just sitting in the buddy seat, it's a lot to watch. It looks pretty stressful. So I guess can we take a look at the engine up here in the chopper compartment?
Yes.
Or that's one of the things I like about this show is that I see them in the field, but you never actually get to see what's inside here.
Yep.
Oh.
So this is the maintenance area. So you can see it's very roomy in here. We've extended it out here. So this panel right here is some of the difference. So you can see how much more room is in here. We kind of joke around. We can put a nice cot in here and get a nap.
I was going to say, it's there's probably apartments in Japan that are smaller than this.
Yeah.
So this is actually your cutting drum and your spout, where all the action is happening.
So right now, this is the kernel processor right down here. So that's our MCC. We have our L and our shred lathe with our cut rolls in there, and shredders become very popular as a feed for dairy cattle. And then up above here is the accelerator. This has hydraulic accelerator gap in, so with the touch of the button you can move the accelerator back and forth to throw the silage even further, or back it off if the guys right next decide where you don't need to be thrown to the rear. Also with the autofill system on here, you can fill to the rear, so it fills the trailer forward to side, and you just control the flap on if it's in at the front of the trailer or the back of the trailer.
And I see you have an auto grease system as well.
Yep. So the majority of the machine is all auto greased. There's just a few grease points that we can't auto grease or don't require grease very often. So that's one of the nice things. You just fill her up and then it greases the machine. And then we have, if you wanted to add a feature, we have a plug and play box right here, so you can just plug in your option and turn it on. We also have AccuSilo 37 on here. It's a low dose inoculant tank, and it's a heavy insulated cooler on there, so it keeps the inoculant from getting too warm, so the bacteria keep leaving, for those people who want a low dose inoculant put on.
Okay. Oh, very impressive machine. It's amazing how many tons these can move in just a few minutes.
Yep.
So then this is your engine back here, and it's a V12, 925 horsepower.
So this is the cooling system right here. Usually we have what we call a hose or a snorkel. It goes from here to the accelerator, so when the main drive is on, it will suck all the chaff off of the screen that can come in. And the reason we pull air in from right here is because that's the cleanest spot when you're chopping for air to come in, and then go through the cooling system back through the engine out the back.
Oh, very interesting. Thank you. So here we can see the MAN engine, very accessible. Got all of your shielding up, and definitely a lot of headroom there to get in the engine open. Yep. The whole machine's open up there well.
So in addition to all the panels opening up on the side, the top panel opens up as well, so you can get full access all the way around the engine. It also comes standard with an air system on to help blow the machine off. This is the tank right here for holding your air. And then as far as maintenance goes, that tank also pivots out, so you can easily get in to do maintenance, check the oil, anything else you need to do as well.
Well, that's really handy. So you can hook up your air hose and just do your daily maintenance, blow all your chaff off and everything. And
yep.
It looks like you've got a tow hitch down here too if you're pulling a wagon to open up a cornfield, or?
Yep. So there's different options for the bumpers here. This is our weighted bumper. So part of the weight is in the bumper already with a rubber pad, and that just bumper there, because a lot of times you have trucks falling behind you. So it's a good little bumper to keep them from ramming into the back end of your truck or your chopper.
So we've got a unique feature here on the tires. That's an option that can be ordered with these. So we've got is it part of the air compressor? You can adjust the tires.
Yep, so on our CLAAS monitor, which is also a touchscreen, you can adjust your air regulation, so you can set it for field and for road. So when you switch in between the two, it'll automatically air the tires up to the preset PSI that you have set, and then lower it back down. So it's a nice feature for tire wear and flotation out in the field. You can also, if you have a wheeled unit, you can also get it for the front tires as well. So you can lower all four or just the front tires, and on the track you can just get it for the rear and just lower the rear down, so you get a nice even ride out in the field.
That's definitely a great feature to get optimum use out of your machine. So there's some other additional things that are actually built right into the cosmetics and the design of the chopper. And what are the items here?
So right here we have a 99-gallon inoculant tank. This is for high dosage. So it goes in at the feeder house and at the accelerator. We also have up here light switches for maintenance lights. So for those long days or early mornings where it's still a little dark out, you can flip on the maintenance light so you can see everything underneath the machine, underneath the panels. They're LED lights, so they're nice and bright, so you can see what you're doing and just doing your daily maintenance.
That's great, especially if you're chopping 24/7. You're out there at 1 in the morning. You got stadium lighting.
Oh yeah.
I really like this being built in here. I know I see so many where they just strap a tank onto up there on the platform, and it looks a lot more handy on the ground level. So now we're going to take a look at the new features of the cab here on the Jaguar 990, and easy access to a nice ladder here. We can see down in the engine compartment and service area where we were just standing. And how long is the spout on this?
So the spout has an extension on it to accommodate a 8-row. If you were running like this 10-row, you'd add additional extension on, and if you're running a 12-row, you would have 3 total extensions of this. Okay. Because of the length of this machine, it comes standard with 1 extension. That is for alfalfa, and if you had to blow to the rear as well. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the cab. Definitely very roomy. Yep. So they did some redesign on the cab, redesigned the armrest, the handle right here, as well as the CLAAS screen, which is also a touch screen. But a lot of people really liked our dial system, so we kept the dial down here. So if your hands are greasy or dirty, or you just want to move your hand over here, you can easily adjust the settings on the screen or touch the screen. We also have hotkeys over here for key features, so you can do it on the go. And another key thing we've changed on here, we now have hotkeys on the screen over here, and you can pre-program on here to cycle in between your different features. And then there's a toggle switch on the front of the handle. You can automatically control those features, like the air horn, or your spout up and down.
I wanted to show, I forgot to look at that outside, but there is that nice silver air horn right there on the chopper.
Yep, that's a very good feature, and a lot of guys really like it. It helps wake up your truck drivers, or scare the deer out of the field when you need to. Right. So we've got great visibility from the cab, and I imagine it has modern convenience like Bluetooth and XM and things like that. So Bluetooth in here, you can also answer phone calls and hang up phone calls. One of our operators plugged in his Pantora and through the Bluetooth and listened to Blue. He didn't want to get out of the cab. Pretty good. And it looks like we've also got a camera system built in, so you can see what's going on with the spout. Yep, so that is part of the autofill system with the camera up there. And one of the new things is now it can also be, as an option, go into this screen, so you can watch on this screen as well. And then just great visibility from the windows. And one thing I always like about a CLAAS cab is you've got the windshield wiper that cleans the whole window from the center. So that's a pretty neat feature, and also good visibility right out the back. So this is our quiet cab. That's why this piece is right in the back, and that really dampens the sound down inside the cab. There's extra insulation, as well as you get a CLAAS floor mat that goes down on the floor. We just take it out for the show just because we have so many people running in and out of here all the time.
Sure.
And then it also comes with a thicker glass just to help dampen the sound inside the cab.
Very nice. So Mark, so you have some updates to your Orbis head as well. This is a model 750.
Yep. So this is our new Orbis 750. One of the key features that a lot of people are really excited about is the fact it folds in 15 seconds and unfolds in 15 seconds. So it's a new folding design. It just makes it a lot quicker for getting in and out of the field. And we know time is of essence, so that's one of the key reasons for the redesign. It also has new points on it. They're redesigned for better crop flow in, as well as new knives. They're a lot more efficient at cutting. And as far as the crop flow goes in, we kept basically the same crop flow design, made some improvements on it for feeding the crop in. We also, in the center, we have our feed cones, or as a lot of people like to refer them to as the Christmas trees because of their shade.
Sure.
We redesigned those. We tilted them forward for better feeding, so the crops are laying. Changed the fore angle a little bit for better feeding in. It also comes with scrapers, and we open it up more just to help push the feed in a lot better.
Well, no, I've definitely seen, and especially you get in a drought year where corn's a little dry, every extra step to feed it in there is good. And
yep.
I can't even imagine what that California corn must look like running into one of these machines.
Oh, it's impressive. When you're out there and sowing that corn, you can't, it's as tall as the cab, and you're just going through, and all of a sudden row ends and you're out, and you flip around, go
Sure.
right back in. And some of the other things that have changed on this too as well is it has a 2-speed gearbox that's shiftable on this one, as well as a 3-speed gearbox on the Christmas trees or feed cones for better feeding in to match the cut length that you're going. So we're maximizing the head all the way around to accommodate with the machine for maximum capacity with this head.
Well, thank you for all the information. I'm really looking forward to seeing one of these 990s in action, and always exciting to see the Orbis head chopping corn.
Oh yeah, it's amazing to be out there with these and seeing all that corn in the field just disappear before your eyes, and it's a great thing to be out there with.
So in addition to seeing your local CLAAS dealer about these, I guess CLAAS's website's a good place to get specs and information for these. And
so yeah, our website's claasofamerica.com. It's a great place to learn, see a lot of info, as well as YouTube, see videos of them running out in the field. And there's a lot of great media and videos out there of customers posting what they're doing out in the field.
I'll be checking them out. So thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope that you've enjoyed taking a walk-around tour of the new CLAAS Jaguar 990 self-propelled forage harvester. It's really interesting to see how all these components work together and the new updates. I'm looking forward to filming one of these big forage harvesters out in the field later this year. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. As always, thank you for watching.